Welcome to Business Reporters, the Future of Responsible Business campaign. In the wake of the climate crisis, governments, international organisations and private companies are scrambling to find robust solutions and sustainable energy sources. And the maritime energy industry is perfectly placed to offer these solutions, from offshore wind farms to complex submarine infrastructure. But maritime operations can be risky. Bigger and bigger wind farms are built further out on open sea. Complex networks are being developed in bigger depths. Human operations have their limits. Fugro, a world leader in sustainable energy infrastructure development, believes that the remotely operated vessels, drones and devices are the answer. I'm joined by Daniel Jones, Director of Inspection and Maintenance at Fugro, to learn more about the opportunities. Dan, what can we learn from this interview?
We will learn that we now have uncrewed vessels that are capable of doing the work that used to be done by crewed vessels.
We're seeing an exciting image of a submarine operation. It looks like a scene from a science fiction movie. Can you explain exactly what we're looking at?
Absolutely, and it is an exciting image. I, to this day, still find it an interesting thing, and I've spent my whole career looking at subsea images. We send a robot under the water to look at infrastructure. Fugro have developed various technologies to allow us to operate robots under the water, and we're now moving to a position where we don't actually need anybody on a ship, for example, to control those robots.
I think it's important for us to understand what is under the sea and what you're trying to achieve.
It's fascinating as well just how much is unseen under the water. So when somebody sees a wind turbine, for example, it really is the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the surface, there's a large structure supporting it that will be attached to the seabed, and there'll be cabling and other infrastructures to bring that power that's being generated sustainably to the shore and ultimately to deliver the electricity that we all need in this era.
So if we come back to sustainability and Fugro supporting a transition from the fossil fuel maritime industry, how do these remote operations support this ambition?
I think it's clear that we have to find more sustainable ways of ensuring our energy solutions. So in that sense, we have to find alternatives to using large ships, for example, to develop offshore energy. Uncrewed solutions represent a shift in that balance. We can use smaller vessels. It also means that we can take people away from the risky offshore environment. If we're developing larger, deeper infrastructure in offshore locations, there's inevitably increased risk to those types of work. And that's ultimately what it's about, is making sure that the energy is delivered through the cables, through the pipelines, but that we're doing it in a safe and sustainable way.
And these are remotely operated vessels. We want to know where those operators are.
Yes, they are completely remote. They operate over the horizon. So in that sense, they're unique at this stage, that we're able to take them from a port, sail them to sea with nobody on board. The operators are located in our remote operations centres. That means that we're effectively moving the bridge crew from a ship to a remote operations centre where they can conduct the same operations.
And traditionally, they'd all be out to sea, wouldn't they?
Absolutely. If you have to spend long periods of time away from home, from family members, from loved ones, that's not an appealing career choice for many people. Whereas with a remote operation, you can still bring the same skill sets, the same expertise that we require to those jobs, but be located in a far more normal working environment, if you like.
Which is incredible.
We think it is, and we see a great deal of benefit to conducting operations in this way. I think that one of the key benefits for our clients in particular, it enables them to make quicker decisions, and that can implicitly lead to benefits in the sense they can make quicker decisions on rectification. So if they need to fix something, or if something can be determined as acceptable to be deferred to a later date, that decision can be made in near real time.
Yeah, surely there's an improvement in terms of efficiency and profitability.
I think that's obviously a key driver for many of the operators, for our clients, if you like. but actually it's also an improvement in safety as well, and particularly if we're assessing the condition of an asset where energy infrastructure is absolutely critical now for national security reasons even. That's definitely paramount in their thinking.
And given the lessons learned and the transferable skills that you've mentioned, what will we be looking forward to? What's going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years?
I think it's absolutely an exciting time for us and for the industry as a whole. We see increased numbers of uncrewed operations being required. We expect to have 4 within Europe in the next year in terms of 12-metre vessels, but we're also looking at building larger vessels. But we also have vessels that are being developed with the capacity to launch AUVs that could be used for hydrographic survey, for example. And all of these technologies come together to provide a cohesive solution for our clients and hopefully to help with the energy transition that the world needs.
That was Dan Jones from Fugro.